Let's now take a look at combining aggregates and grouping together. And as I mentioned, this is where we start to be able to do some really interesting things. All right, so to get started, I want to write out another group by query. We're going to do the same one we did before, where we group all of our comments by user ID. So we had previously select user ID from comments, and then we grouped everything by user ID, like so. And if we ran that, we saw just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not really in order, but you get the idea. So after we ran that query, we then took a look at a diagram that looked like this right here. So remember, whenever we do group by, we're going to take all the rows out of some table, in this case, comments. We're going to find all the unique values inside of user ID. Your database is then going to set up an imaginary fake table where the only rows inside of it are those unique values. Your database then takes all the original rows from the comments table and assigns them to one of these different sets. So now that we've got this grouping done, we can now introduce aggregate functions on top of it. An aggregate function, if we use it while doing group by, is only going to be applied to each of these individual little subgroups. So for example, if we add in a max of ID as a new column, the ID or the maximum ID would be the maximum ID out of all of the rows just inside of this group right here. So in this case, the maximum ID between these two rows is 7. We would end up with a 7. Down here, the maximum is 6. So we'd end up with a 6. Down here is a 4, and then a 3. Once we use an aggregate function over these groups, we can then select that value like we do any other grouped column. So again, remember, whenever we do grouping, we cannot select the underlying columns, all the ones in red. We can only select grouped columns or the result of some aggregate function. Okay, so let's go back over to our editor and try to find the maximum value of the ID for all the different user IDs. So back over here, after user ID, I'll then put in max ID. So that's going to take a look at all of our comments. It's going to group them by user ID, and then we're going to see the maximum ID value for each user ID. So if I run that, we then get that second column. So it looks like user with ID 1, the largest ID they have tied to them is 79. User 3, the largest ID they have tied to them is 100, and so on. Now doing something like this is not super useful. Finding the maximum ID value, well, IDs are identifiers. They don't really have a numeric value per se. Adding them, subtracting them, dividing them, finding the minimum or the max, not really a lot of use to it. However, there are some other aggregate functions that start to making these things way more interesting, such as count. Let's take a look at what count would do in this scenario. So back over here, if we did a count on ID, this would return the number of IDs that we have in each of these subgroups. So we would get a 2, a 2, a 2, and a 1. Now, if we count up the number of comments that have a user ID of 1, think about what that really tells us. It tells us the number of comments that this user has created, the number of comments that user with ID 1 has made. And that's really useful information. It can help us understand the number of total comments that any user has made, which is something that just about all, say, forum software wants to display. Just about every forum that's ever been created, if you ever look at a user's profile, it'll tell you the number of comments or maybe posts that a user has made. So being able to do a count on a group by is really interesting and very useful. So let's try updating this. We're going to do a select user ID and count of ID. Now, if we run that, it's going to print up the number of comments that each of our different users have created. It looks like user with ID 1 has made 23, user with 2 has made 18, and so on. We might rename this column right here to something like as num comments created. And now that's some meaningful result right there. Any other engineer can really look at this and understand what's going on pretty quickly. Okay, so as soon as we start to introduce the idea of group by with aggregates, a lot of doors really start to open. Let's take a pause right here. We're going to take a look at a couple of corner cases and just some notes you need to be aware of in the next video.